No country develops through foreign aid. Africa.
How many times would they tell you before you...
Africa, a continent blessed beyond measure, with gold, diamonds, fertile soil, sunlight, culture, and the youngest population on Earth.
Earlier we realized this, the earlier every one of you realizes, the better it will be for us.
Yet, our children still study under trees. Our mothers die giving life. Our farmers till the land with tools older than independence. How did we get here? Why does a land so rich have people so poor? We've become the only continent where survival is packaged and flown in, where development is donated, where freedom is pledged but never practiced.
Will you keep quiet?
They call it aid. We call it a leash. Section 1. What is foreign aid? Let's be clear. Foreign aid is the money or resources richer countries give to help poorer ones. But if that was all there is to it, then Africa should be a paradise by now. Every year, Africa receives over $50 billion in aid from Western donors. But here's the shocking part. We lose over $88 billion every year in illicit financial flows through tax evasion, under-invoicing, and repatriated profits. So they give us $1 and take back $2.
Jesus is Lord!
Who's helping who?
They have left you behind.
Section 2. The story of dependency. Let me take you back to the 1960s. Africa was breaking free from the chains of colonialism. Independence was spreading like wildfire. Hope filled the air. But then came the aid packages. Wrapped in flags, signed with smiles, delivered with cameras rolling. The narrative changed. You're free now, but too weak to stand alone.
Are you playing?
We'll help you rebuild. Rebuild what? What colonialism destroyed.
I am too much.
The whip was replaced by the check. Section 3. The receiver cannot be richer than the giver. There's an old African proverb. The hand that receives is always beneath the one that gives. Let me tell you a true story. A village farmer once depended on his neighbor for seeds every planting season. The neighbor would give generously, but only enough for the farmer to stay alive, never enough to grow beyond his need. One year, the farmer decided to save his seeds. He planted, harvested, and stored more. The neighbor came again, this time with better seeds, but the farmer declined. I must grow with my own hands now. That year, his farm failed, but he didn't return for help. He tried again the next season. This time, his harvest fed not just his family, but the whole village. Lesson? The giver will never give you enough to make you independent. Because once you're free, you no longer serve their interests. Section 4, Burkina Faso, a modern example of courage. In 2024, President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso did the unthinkable. He rejected a foreign-funded mosque. He said, "We cannot accept aid that divides us, that comes with instructions that builds what we didn't ask for." He rejected European aid packages, saying, "If it comes with conditions that compromise our dignity and sovereignty, we will do without." Let that sink in. A president in a poor, conflict-ridden country said no because he understood what was really at stake: self-reliance, not charity. Section 5. Where has aid gotten us, Africa?
They have left you behind.
They've been sending aid for years. Where has it gotten us, Africa? Has our agriculture industrialized? Have our schools outgrown chalk and blackboards? Have we built African-owned hospitals that don't rely on charity? Why are African leaders still flying abroad for treatment? Why are African economies still dependent on one or two commodities? We ask for bread. They give us brochures. We need tools. They send us tweets. And every time we speak up, they say, "But we give you aid." Foreign aid is rarely free. It comes with interest, influence, and instructions. You get a grant, you must allow foreign companies access to your markets. You get a loan, you must cut public spending. You get assistance, you must vote a certain way in the UN. Aid has turned our policies into puppets. It's not about generosity, it's about control. Worse still, aid kills innovation. Why should local engineers build bridges when foreigners are paid to do it? Why train local doctors when medical supplies are always donated? Section 7. Picture a child in Malawi. Brilliant, curious, hungry to learn. But every day he walks 8 kilometers to school. He shares one textbook with 6 other students. His teacher is unpaid. His classroom has no roof. A Western NGO drops by, takes photos, promises assistance. They give him a pair of shoes and leave. But the child doesn't need shoes. He needs a school that works. He needs water to drink. He needs power to read at night. We've become addicted to handouts and allergic to self-belief. Section 8. The real path to development. No country in history has developed through donations. China didn't ask for aid, it asked for trade. Singapore rejected foreign dependency and built a world-class system from scratch. Rwanda rose from genocide, not through pity, but through planning and policy. So what does Africa need? Intra-African trade. Let African countries trade with each other, build together and buy local. 2. Industrialization. Don't just export cocoa, process it. Don't just sell cotton, manufacture clothes. 3. Education reform. Teach coding, robotics, agriculture, and African history, not just colonial curriculums. 4. Leadership with vision. Not men who seek aid, but men who spark revolutions of self-reliance. Powerful and bold, Africa, we must rise. Not by begging, but by building. Not by pleading, but by planning. Not by receiving, but by creating. It begins with rejecting the mindset of lack. It continues with choosing leaders who build, not beg. And it ends with each of us believing that we are enough. Enough to invent, enough to grow, enough to lead. We are not the world's charity case. We are not poor, we are plundered. It's time to stop asking, what will they give us? And start asking, what can we build for ourselves?